Hi everybody, I'm Micah Brower.
And I'm Avery Mitchell. Welcome to Webb City High School News. Tonight we'll hear from one of our top golfers at Webb City and learn about what's coming up in the near future for him.
And get an update on our volleyball team and the success they are having. We begin with one of our best and favorite teachers here at the high school who recently went through some serious health concerns but came out of it with flying colors. Here's Avery Mitchell with the story.
Mrs. Dagnan is a history and sociology teacher at Webb City High School who recently went through a very trying time in her life. In March, she was diagnosed with pneumonia, whooping cough, and bronchitis, all at the same time. After visiting her doctor, the news came that open heart surgery was the next step.
She said, she called me and she said, you're going to see with your problem, you have a very torn, messed up mitral valve, and she said you're going to see that you can manage it with medicine, that you can manage it with a valve that they put up through your groin and an artery, or open heart surgery, and yours is going to be that one. And I didn't even know what it was. So I Googled it. I mean, I knew it was a big deal, but I Googled it and I wish I hadn't. Because basically they saw you open from here down to here, and then they put spacers in and yank your ribs and stuff apart, and your organs stop for 3 hours out of the 5-hour surgery, and that's how you want to spend a summer. So.
The surgery was a success, but she had a long road of recovery ahead. She is currently 3 months into her recovery, and although it was difficult, her determination helped her through it.
I came back at 7 weeks. My surgeon did not want me to come back until September 27th, and I laughed real hard and said, I have 2 college classes and 2 AP classes, and that is really unfair to my students. Can you give me a note for light duty? And he said, what do you consider light duty? And I said, well, I'll work it out, but I said for the 3 days of my teacher stuff, I will come half a days, which it wasn't really half days. I was here from 7 to noon one day and 7 to 1 one day. But, and then the next, until my 3-month mark, my 3-month checkup, I will come in an hour late. I was determined to be the best patient ever, so I taught up to the day before my surgery in summer school, and I got my breathing tube out in just 1 hour, and then I just started walking the first night home. I'm like, let's go 2 houses, and then it was 6 houses, and then a mile, and then 2 miles, and now I'm up to my 3 miles.
If open heart surgery wasn't enough, 2 weeks after her surgery and in the middle of recovering, Mrs. Dagnan was involved in a car accident that totaled her car. Fortunately, she was not injured.
We were sitting there. I wanted to go with my husband to pick up some of my prescriptions and just to get out of the house. And I was already hurting pretty badly. So we moved over to get our mail out of the mailbox. And this lady came. I mean, my husband and I weren't looking. She smacked the back of the car and then scraped all along my side. And what stopped her was her car hooking onto my rearview mirror.
Although she has been through a lot, Mrs. Dagnan is looking on the bright side of things and appreciating life.
To be honest, they said when my heart gets to this point, I was in end-stage heart failure in May. When it gets to that point, you have a year max to live from the time it starts. Mine had to have been going on before that, before I knew. Toward the end of the year, I was having trouble breathing and everything. So really, my expiration date would be between this month and December. So when you think about that, it is like really cool to be walking around going, I'm supposed to be dead, but I am not, clearly. I mean, I'm in Brights for Breast Cancer Day. So it just gives you a new appreciation for, hey, you know, life might be sucky sometimes, but that's what my husband and I told each other is we're alive. And so that's all that matters.
And Webb City High School is lucky to have her. Reporting for Webb City News, I'm Avery Mitchell.
Up next, we talk some athletics, and one of our school's top baseball players recently made his college plans known. Here's Sophie Crane to tell us about what's next for Drew Vonderhaar.
It's a goal for many high school athletes to play a sport at the college level. Webb City senior Drew Vonderhaar recently achieved this goal by committing to play baseball at Missouri Southern.
I like Missouri Southern. I've always been around the program. Both of my parents went there. I've always gone to camps growing up, and I really liked Coach Tuck and Coach Darnell, and I like all the atmosphere and all the guys on the team, and so I think it'll be a good experience.
Drew had a standout junior year for the Cardinals, earning all-conference and all-district honors. He continues to set new goals and hopes to only get better as he prepares to play baseball after high school.
It's really exciting. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always worked hard to try and achieve that goal, and now that it's here, it's kind of surreal, and I'm super excited about it.
You know, Drew's a hard worker. Drew kind of played a few positions last year, you know, that he hadn't normally played. He played some outfield, ended up transforming himself into a really good outfielder for us. You know, played third base for us in quite a few of our really big games down the stretch. So, you know, his ability to play a few different positions, he hit a few different places in the lineup. So, really proud of him for just kind of the way he, you know, played a few different spots, kind of played out of position a few times, but, you know, made himself a better player.
Webb City made a deep run in the playoffs, advancing to the Final Four in the state tournament. This season, a solid core returns, and expectations will once again be high.
I'm excited for the season. I think we're going to do really well. We have a lot of guys coming back. We also have some new guys that look pretty good, and so I'm excited. I think we can go back to where we were last year in the Final Four and then state championship too.
You know, I think Drew's going to be a really big part of our team. You know, he's going to be, you know, he got some really good experience down the road. At the end of the year last year on the mound, you know, he pitched in our, you know, our Final Four game. You know, pitched in our district game as well. So he'll be one of the guys that we really rely on, kind of as our big top three in our pitching staff. You know, I think we'll hit in the middle of the lineup for us, and you know, he'll probably be an everyday player. So I look for a lot of good things for him, and now people know who he is. So he'll kind of be pitched to a little differently, but that's okay. But I look for him to have a really good year.
Just keep working hard and having fun playing the sport, and you know, keeping the relationship with all the guys, and just keep playing.
For coaches at the high school level, it's always fulfilling to see their players given a chance to play in college. And Coach Joning says it's a great accomplishment for the kids.
You know, it's a good feeling. It's more validation for those kids, you know. I mean, it's less about me when a kid commits to college, and it's kind of all about them. It's just, it's rewarding for those kids and all the hard work that they put in. So it's nice to see those kids, you know, get the payoff at the end for everything that they put into it.
It should be an exciting senior season for Drew and his teammates, and we look forward to watching him in the future at Missouri Southern. Reporting for Webb City News, I'm Sophia Crane.
Congrats to Drew, and it will be good to see him playing in college for the Lions.
Another athlete with a bright future is senior Cooper Forth, who is preparing for another golf season for the Cardinals. Micah Brower hits the links to tell us more about Cooper.
Earlier this summer, Cooper Forth has been getting ready for his high school season by playing in multiple summer league events.
My expectations are to, hopefully play really good, maybe win a tournament or two. You know, I don't think I had my best spring last year, but I'm really hoping to do a full 360 on it this year.
Through 13 events, he was top 5 in 7 of them and won 3 of them. He got first place at Millwood Country Club, shot a 71. Recently, he got 4th place at Shoal Creek with a 78 on day 1 and a 67 on day 2. What a turnaround.
I learned, that if you have one bad tournament or one bad match, that the season's not over, and, it's a long season, and just that good things will happen, and, bad things will happen too, but you gotta focus on the good things.
The Lady Cardinals volleyball team has put together an impressive season this fall and are looking to add to their success. Here's Aubrey Laster with their story.
This was the final point in Saturday's district title matchup between familiar foes. Webb City, who bested Carl Junction 3-1. This was a tale of revenge for the Cardinals after suffering a 4-set loss to the Bulldogs earlier in the year. After a 14-23 deficit in the first set, Webb City fought back from there, but erred on the last play of the set, giving Carl Junction the first set 25-23. Despite the loss, Webb City held the momentum going into the first set.
I think the biggest difference was made just by the fact that you guys did not give up in the first set. I think you're down 23-14. A lot of teams just kind of roll up and say, all right, let's give up and move on to the next set. But you guys fought for every point that you could get, and I think that shifted the momentum even in that first set to us, and then started out the second set really well. We did end up having a fight for it, and they even got the lead there in about 17s. I think they finally pulled ahead, but by that point the momentum was just on our side because you guys just refused to quit.
Senior Aubrey Lassiter, a 6-foot right-side hitter, hammers this ball for the Cardinals, taking set 2 in style. Webb City never looked back, and with a huge play by Rutledge, Webb City led the set 16-11. Junior outside hitter Kira Long slams this one home from the pin through the block to make the score 23-14. Here's what player Alex Davis has to say about the CJ Webb rivalry.
I think that it's one of the most entertaining rivalries, and it's one that we're going to miss a lot next year. when they leave our conference. It's just entertaining overall to see everyone on social media and in real life talk about it, and it's just always entertaining.
Mia Linker places a perfect shot right to the donut to win the third set 25-27. Webb City was one set away from dancing to a district championship and executed the fourth set in style. With a big swing by Jaylee Rutledge, the Cardinals gained even more momentum than they already had. Next, sophomore setter Savannah Crane gets a huge block off Carl Junction senior Kylie Scott and is very excited about that one. Overpass kill by Rutledge gives the Cards the ball, but CJ rallies until their 14th point when Lassiter finishes them off with a sharp cross shot, giving Webb City the victory 3-1. The Cardinals will play Jefferson City at the state capitol on Saturday at 1 o'clock and look for a back-to-back state run.
Our final story tonight takes us to the gridiron for a senior tradition like no other. Our own Jordan Dickinson has more.
As the regular season comes to an end, marks a very special Cardinal football tradition. Both loved and hated by those who partake in it. It's the dreaded Senior Hit Day. What is Senior Hit Day? Senior Hit Day is the most dreaded day of the sophomore football season. It's the day when each senior gets to pick themselves out of sophomore to put in their place.
So my thoughts on Senior Hit Day is, I believe it's a great tradition here at Webb. I believe that it should keep going on, and it's enjoyable.
My story about Senior Hit Day. So the day before, I bought a 100-piece bag of candy, and I split it into 4 because there was 4 senior linemen, and I was deathly terrified. And it worked. I did not get hit.
Sophomore, Buddy Belcher, he on me about it. He was gonna hit me. It was terrifying.
Stories are people being taken out on stretchers and losing teeth, breaking necks and stuff like that.
This year is the point where we would show you footage of Senior Hit Day, but all recordings were found too gruesome and violent for general audiences. I'm Jordan Dickinson, and this is Webb City High School News.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching, everyone.
We'll see you next time on Webb City High School News.